Welcome back to Let's Crochet All Day. Today is part 2 of our hand towel tutorial. Essentially, I got carried away and I finished it off camera. I'm sorry. So naturally, I had to make even more. Today, you're going to see me finish off this green towel. We'll chat about chunky yarn. And for part 2, you're going to need your yarn, your project, some scissors, needles, and a hook. Let's finish this guy off. I got carried away with video number 1 and I actually just finished these off camera. So I wanted to come back and finish this one with you guys to walk you through part 2 of making a hand towel. So this one's done now. It matches the first one we did. And then I actually went back to Cambridge Fibers, my favorite store, and I found this chunky cotton yarn. So this cotton yarn is a lot thicker. Oh, where's my little ball of yarn? It's a lot thicker than this one. It's just a different texture. It's so lovely. And it's a lot easier to crochet with. So this was fun. It worked up a little bit thicker than the others. I love it. So chunky cotton yarn for the win. So we've got these two now are done. I have not woven in the ends for these guys yet, and I haven't finished this green one. So I want to walk you through finishing this this hand towel. So hand towel tutorial part 2. So pretty much now, I'm just going to finish off this one round. I'm almost done, but you can see here's where I started my last round. I'm here right now. I want to work all the way down around that corner. So I'm just going to be doing double crochets. So double crochet, we're going to yarn over, go into our opening there, yarn over again, pull up a loop. We've got 3 loops on our hook, yarn over, pull through 2 loops, yarn over again, pull through another 2 loops. So we're going to do that all the way across until we reach our corner. And then when we get into our corner, we are going to add 2 double crochet, chain 2, 2 double crochet, and that's how we're going to complete our corners to make this beautiful little opening. I think it's lovely. So we're just double crocheting. So I got carried away with the last one, and it was my first tutorial, and I thought I had uploaded this full video. And then it just kind of abruptly ended. So I thought, you know what, I'll take this opportunity to make another hand towel. I love these colors. I'm a huge fan. My mom always told me I look good in bright colors. So I'm a huge fan of the brights. I love corals, bright blues, bright pinks. Like I just love, and looking at this in my bathroom folded up on the shelf is going to bring me so much joy. Which, you know what? Life is all about enjoying simple pleasures. So this is stuff that I enjoy. And I'm not very fast with my crochet when I work with cotton yarn. I talked about that in the first video. It just doesn't slide as nicely along the hook. It kind of tends to unravel a little bit. In, yarn over, pull through 2 loops each time. I do love how fast these work up, especially with the chunky cotton. That was a pleasant surprise. Happy that I found that. So Cambridge Fibers, which I referred to as Cambridge Fabrics, not fabrics, only fibers. Lots of yarn, lots of cottons. They have some macrame. They've got a variety of chenille yarns. I picked up a bunch. I mean, anyone who crochets or knits, if there is a sale on yarn, we're there. Cambridge Fibers has just so many goodies. So I picked up a bunch of stuff. I'm going to be doing some more baby clothes. I've had a few requests for some more dresses. So I think my next tutorial will be what I call the Rory dress, named Rory after my beautiful little niece, who is oh my gosh, she's almost a month old, which is wild. Okay, so we've made it to our corner. In our corner, we're going to do 2 double crochet, chain 2, 2 double crochet. So I'm going to yarn over, go into my opening, yarn over, pull up a loop. I've got 3 loops on my hook, yarn over, pull through 2 loops, yarn over, pull through another 2 loops. We're going to do that again into our opening. Then we're going to chain 2, yarn over, pull through a loop, yarn over, pull through a loop. And when you say you're chaining, you're essentially building a chain. Some pieces of crochet, you start with a chain and then you build upon that chain. This is different. Working in a magic circle, magic ring, you build out. But we've chained 2. Then I'm going to yarn over. I'm going to do 2 more double crochets into this corner. My husband just sent me a text. What are you doing today? You want to know what I'm doing? Or do you really want to know? Because I'm crocheting. And then once we're done in the corner, my first double crochet, it's hard to see here, but I'm going to go into an opening that's kind of invisible right now. It's right here. It's this tiny little pocket. So I'm going to go into there, and I like using that stitch on this pattern because it holds everything nicely into the corner there. And you can see, like, from the rows prior, it looks lovely. And that way, when I'm working across in my double crochets, each stitch gets 1 crochet. And then when I meet up, I know I've done the right amount. So you can see where they join here. It's this line that goes up the middle. It doesn't, honestly, it's a hand towel. I think that looks fine. You only notice it when you're looking for it. But by putting one in this stitch right here, I can then work stitches all the way across. And if I wasn't joining in the middle, it just helps me when I get to the end that I know, okay, I've done the right amount of stitches into the corner. Once you crochet a bit more, once you get into understanding patterns and you get familiar with what you need to do to achieve the end result, you start to pick up on those little tricks where, you know, putting an extra stitch into the corner actually makes my life a lot easier, and I'm not counting to make sure I've got the right amount across because I know that I've done it properly. It is a tricky stitch to find, and there's actually one on both sides of the corner. I would rather find it at the beginning than at the end, because then I think if I was finding it at the end, I would be counting my stitches, and that might not make sense at all, but yeah, I would rather find it at the beginning. So yeah, I'm almost done this one now. There were so many other colors of cotton yarn, and I thought, okay, I'm not going to get carried away. There were a few other pinks. I chose all bright colors this time. The next time I go, I might buy some more neutrals because that's what most people like. Let's be real. Or maybe most people like the vibrant colors, but they choose the calming colors for their home instead, which is fine. But I love bright. I love colorful. Like looking at this stack here, this makes me so happy. So happy. But I am going to be making more for gifts, and we're having like a community craft sale in my little hometown. Okay, now I'm needing the center. So this is what I wanted to show you guys. So here, I've done my double crochets all the way across. You can see that this is where my stitches have been joining. And if I were to put one more stitch, if I were to go one step further, I'd be going into that stitch already. So I know that I'm done. So I'm not going to yarn over. I'm just going to keep the 1 loop on my hook. I'm going to look for the top of this double crochet. In the first video, I explained it. It's the first heart. It's the first real, it's kind of at the top of the next crochet is what you're looking for. So this is my chain 2. And then at the top of that, where it connects to the next one, that's where I want to go into to do my slip stitch. So I'm gonna go into that opening, yarn over, pull through a loop, then I'm gonna slip stitch, and that's it. That's how I finish off my hand towel. So I'm gonna yarn over, I chain one, that's how I like to end it. I don't have scissors, so I'm just gonna be aggressive. Okay. And then we're gonna pull that all the way through, pull it tight, and that's the end here for that, my hand towel. So now all I've got to do is weave in my ends. I have to do that on this pink one as well. Weave in my ends. And I need to tie off this magic circle. So I didn't do this initially because sometimes I like to see how it lays. And sometimes it needs a little bit of an opening. So I'll work it out a little bit just to see what feels right. I don't want it too loose because I don't like it when you just see this one strand of yarn. I want that to at least be pulled tight enough that it just looks like all the stitches meet there. I like that. So what I'm gonna do, if you want to pull it all the way closed, you can do that too. So some people like to use a darning needle for this. I'm going to be creative because my needles are a little bit, you know what? I'm gonna grab a needle. I wanna show you guys this with a needle. Okay, I'm back. I've got my needles. These ones are great. They came with my little kit. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna feed this through here. Now to tie it off, I need to tie it first of all. So I'm gonna go back through this loop here. Honestly, you can choose whatever loop you want. I'm just gonna go back through the one right before it. Go back, pull it up, and then before it's tight, I'm gonna put my needle back through that loop. And then I'll pull it as tight as I would like it to be. Beautiful. And then once you've knotted it, you can knot it a few times if you want. Sometimes that's more reassuring, especially with something like a hand towel that you're probably going to be kind of rubbing things down, using it thoroughly. And then once you've tied it, you're just gonna kind of go back through your work and make these little pieces disappear. And you don't have to do the full length of this string here. You just have to do enough so that it disappears. And I like to work back up, like beyond the circle. Don't mind me as I get quiet here, just paying attention. So we just kind of want this string to disappear. It doesn't matter where it goes. It doesn't matter how you hide it. Honestly, if you don't care if you see a little end, all the power to you. I'm going to put this back up through here. You know, here I am thinking like, everyone's been asking me, how do you crochet? How do you do that? And I thought, you know what? I'm just going to make some videos. I'm a pretty kind of out there person in general, but, I thought this is a fun way, even if I want to teach my daughter in the future. Elle, go watch Mummy's YouTube channel and you can learn how to crochet. So see, that's how short my yarn was there. It ended, so I've gotten it this far. I'm gonna take my scissors. I'm just gonna cut that off. Beautiful. So now that end disappeared. You tied off the center, the end disappears. Now I'm gonna do this one here. Same thing, I'm just gonna weave it back through my work. I just want it to fade away, essentially. And because I already pulled that stitch tight, I don't really have to tie it. I just have to go back in through other stitches and make it disappear. Also, I feel like being a lefty, I think, honestly, from watching other videos, I'm fairly certain that I am doing crochet the right way, as in a right-handed crochet. I don't even know if there is a left-handed crochet. I'm sure there is if someone does it completely opposite to the way that I do it, but I'm one of those lefties who does a lot of stuff right-handed. Like I play hockey right-handed, I play golf right-handed, I swing a bat right-handed, I throw a ball with my right hand. But I write letters and notes. I write like with a pen with my left hand. And even, you know, it's funny, as a kid, lefties used to get the left-handed scissors, and then you just realize, you know what, I don't have to use left-handed scissors. I'll just figure out how to live in a right-handed world as I just kind of start talking about being a lefty. I'm a proud lefty, and I had 3 kids, and all of them are right-handed. I was like, come on, recessive genes. 2 of them got my blue eyes, but no one got my left hand, so that's fine. And then someone made a comment to me, you know, why would you want your kids to be left-handed and the world's more difficult? You know what? It builds character, okay? And I'm a lefty, and I think, not that I'm living this dream life, but like I'm living a pretty darn good life as a lefty. So, you know what? It would have just been fun to pass down more recessive genes, but it's fine. Okay, so I've woven that one back through. I'm going to cut it off. And that, ladies and gentlemen, that's our hand towel. How fantastic is that? It's cute. They're great gifts. See, there's one of our ends. It's actually, that's not an end. That's where 2 pieces of yarn met. But you know what? I don't care. It's a hand towel. But they are great gifts. If you know what color someone's bathroom is or their kitchen, you can make them a set of these pretty quick. And yeah, have fun with this. It's a great little pattern. It can be used for a lot of things, but here it is, making hand towels. And I hope you understand. If you have any questions, let me know in the comments, and I'll be sure to reply. Happy crocheting!